G'day folks, I just thought I'd show you how I go about fixing the Mercedes ML270 CDI's throttle pedal, accelerator pedal. I shouldn't even say throttle because there's no throttle on it, it's all fly-by-wire diesel. But as you can see, it's fairly wonky, it's well worn. It's made out of a very good plastic, which is glass reinforced nylon, aka polyamide glass fibre 35. It's a good solid plastic, it's good for this job, but it's not good for wear, especially even against metals. The stuff just wears things out. I use this on a day-to-day basis at work, and we have to turn it on the lathe, and it eats carbide tooling really easy. It's surprisingly abrasive because it's filled with glass fibre and mineral, which is basically silica. So yeah, it's incredibly abrasive, and wearing on itself or softer metals, it just wears out. So I have to bush this piece here with bronze or something like that, a stationary bush, press that in, and then put a metal cross pin in there so that there's no more wear essentially. I'll just permanently grease it with some lithium grease and forget about it. But yeah, this little split push pin has obviously worn out, and since they're all made of the same material, they'll all be worn out, apart from this housing here, because the pin doesn't hinge in this mounting plate. It hinges in the pedal itself, so the pedal will be worn and the pin will be worn. So replacing the pin simply won't fix it on its own. I have to bore it out, sleeve it, and put just a bolt and a nylock nut through it essentially. I'll find a bolt long enough to have that much smooth shank on it, cut the thread short and put a nylock nut and a washer on the outside. There's no need to have a quick release push pin in there. If you do it right the first time, you don't have to service it. So let's do it right the second time. I'd be willing to bet today Mercedes either don't do this at all, or they have a separate bushing, like a PTFE bushing, like Teflon bushing, or something else. They'll probably have a metal cross pin and a self-lubricating bush, whether it's Teflon, UHM WPE, or sintered bronze. I'd be willing to bet that's what they do. If they don't, well, they haven't learnt. I should also note that the pedal deflects so far that it actually misses the kickdown switch. That's where it ends up. It's really bad. It ends up about there. So when your foot's flat to the boards, it doesn't do anything. It's actually supposed to go there. Well, sort of. It won't do it because it's not in plug properly, but it's actually supposed to press that switch. It hasn't been doing that, which explains why the transmission wasn't kicking down. So yeah, we've got to fix that. I'll give everything else in here a good clean while I'm at it. I've washed this one in soapy water and it's come up just fine. I'm going to give the rest of the interior another go over to get rid of any more residue, and we should be right. As MCM, Mighty Car Mods say, you got to, part of the owning or buying a second-hand car is removing all the human slime. And trust me, there's plenty of human slime in this one. That's shocking. The pin doesn't even have a smooth shank. It's got 4 flat sides on it. And you can see how badly worn it is by how it sits in the housing. That's not good. That's what it looks like. You can see the wear and tear on it, particularly on that pressure point there. So I've got to lightly bore that, sleeve it with brass, and then put a cross pin through here. This part's fine. It's just that. That's where all the wear is. Thankfully it's nice and square and flat, so I can actually clamp that to the mill table and just centre it up and plunge a drill bit through it and open it up a little bit. Once that's sleeved with brass and hinging on a lubricated pin, it'll be fine. I won't have to touch it again. But this whole glass-filled nylon thing, it's good when it's got another bearing surface to work on, or bearing surface pressed into it, but you should not use glass-filled nylon as a bearing against another piece of anything. It just doesn't hold up. It'll wear through carbide eventually. It's really tough stuff, or very abrasive stuff I should say. You know, it's the same stuff as what the black plastic radiator tanks are made out of, and other such things. Okay, so all I've done is take a bit of 1/2" brass bar stock, turn it down 12mm outside diameter, 10mm inside, and that is my bushing for the throttle pedal. Should work quite well. Pretty tough stuff to work with, but I've got just enough horsepower in this little old lathe to do it. It's fun stuff. There we go. Bush is a nice tap-in fit, and needs a little bit of reaming and just polishing to free it up a little bit more, but it fits perfectly. Ever so slightly long. I might just linish that back a little bit. I think that's where it's binding. It's just tight inside this little yoke here. Yeah, it's a bit tight in there, so I'll linish the sides of the bush just to free it up a tiny bit, and it should just pivot perfectly. And then I'll slap it together with some lubrication and a nylock nut, and we should be just right. It's just got to go the other way around, but yeah. It's actually better the other way around. No, of course, because these little ears were hitting the sides. Perfect. Shouldn't bind. Yeah, that's better. Now it's the right way around. There's a tiny little bit of lateral play in it, but nothing serious. And it doesn't bind in any position. So, we're good to go. Excellent. Well, that's much better. I could probably take a little more wiggle out of it by tightening that pinch bolt, but I don't want it to bind. So, loose is better, but not too loose. And it hits the kick down switch right in the middle, which is perfect. There's a little ribs sort of about here, and it lines up perfect with that kick down switch. So yeah, we're in business. Everything else is pretty good. Brake pedal steel with bushings, plastic bushings that seem to be okay. Yeah, should be right. Anyway, thanks for watching. It's another little niggly thing fixed.